hey, too, I wasn't gonna do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do the Braxton's Family Values season 3. It starts off showing you kind of what's gonna go on with the season or whatever, and it shows like it's gonna be a good season. Um, yeah. So let's get into it. It starts with Tony and Tamar. They're in LA, I guess at Tony's house. She wants to have Tamar over so they could talk about a trip. She wants to plan a sister trip to Italy. And Tamar is like, I can't go. I have 3 weeks of press. So I can't go. She was like, I got Wendy Williams and all that stuff because Tamar album is dropping. I mean, not her album, but her single Love and War was dropping. So she couldn't go anywhere. And if anybody has been watching the Braxtons, they know Tamar has been talking about this music solo career and all this stuff since season 1. So you can't get mad at her that she has prior engagements. And then Tony, how you gonna get mad when you was doing the same shit? Like, come on now. And then Tony, to me, Tony should understand because you've been through this. So you know how it is when your single drops that you have to do all this press. So I don't understand why you guys got so upset with Tamar. Yeah, I wasn't feeling that at all. I'm so team Tamar this episode. The sisters, they are in Italy or whatever. They arrive in Italy. Tony's going to get Tawanda's cake because they noticed that it's Tawanda's birthday that weekend that they're there or whatever. So she's going to get her cake. And the girls, they're walking down the street. And then this creepo guy walks up and pinch Tracy's butt. And I'm sitting there like, is that an Italy, Italian thing? Because in America, he would have got his ass whooped. I would have turned around, and then they was over there like, I want mine pinched, and they was kind of getting upset, and I'm sitting there like, that's some creepy shit. Like, what they do that at? Anyway, so, yeah, they, touring Italy or whatever, and they throwing shade at Tamar for not being there. And Trina is like, well, I put off being in the studio to come on this sister trip, but I'm sitting there like, where did your single go, Trina? Like, party and go home went home. It went home. Didn't hear nothing else from you. Didn't even see you doing press for the song. So, you don't know what it is to do this. Like, Tamar doing this. Like, I don't know if Vince your manager, but Vince has got her out there doing press, doing the song. So, you guys, I just was so upset with the shade that these sisters was throwing Tamar, like they were jealous of her. And I understand when every time they do interviews, they always say, oh, we're not jealous of each other and we're here for each other. But then you notice, like, the little shade that they throw each other. And what they throw ain't sisterly love. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, on to something else. That just kind of bothered me. Then they kind of throwing shade at her being with Vince all the time too. But did y'all forget this dude almost died and she loved her husband and I just can't. They just like, oh, they like Velcro. I wasn't feeling that shit. Tony, she's looking for Tawanda cake and she want to use her Spanish, but not knowing it's Italy, this different language, and she like, it can't be that hard. But apparently, after I keep going, it's gonna be that hard. He didn't understand what you were saying. Yeah, that was like an epic fail, real epic fail with the language, all that. Tamar and Vince, their Wendy Williams show, for her to perform Love and War. And she's kind of nervous or whatever, but she slayed it. So when she gets backstage, they are doing a little happy dance, doing a little shouting dance or whatever. And that was cute. I liked it that with them. I liked how you could tell Vince was in her corner, and Vince know how to be a manager. Something other managers should take note of. I ain't saying no other shows, but y'all need to take note of Vince being a manager when it came to his artists and promoting her and all that good stuff. So the sisters are celebrating Tawanda's birthday. I don't know, with the little restaurant or whatever. They celebrating, they eating, they throwing shade at Tamar for not being there again. But if you notice, every time you saw Tamar, she was saying how she missed her sisters. But, yeah, they throwing shade with her or whatever. And, the ladies Tony was like, I'm finally on time. So she wanted them to make up a song. So they made up a song, alright. They said Tony finally on time. And she wasn't feeling the song, but I'm like, shit, you wanted a song. There you go. And I love how these sisters harmonize. Anytime they start singing, they just harmonize. So beautiful. Anyway, the cake. Tawanda start feeling some kind of way, and they noticed that Tawanda's feeling some kind of way, and they like, why? Because nobody acknowledged your birthday, you didn't get no cake, yada yada yada. So a chocolate birthday cake comes, and it says some shit that wasn't Tawanda's name, and they laughing and giggling, and they trying to tell her it means her, but Tony Italian language didn't register. That's what it meant. It didn't register with the man because he put somebody totally different on that. And she telling her sorry, but you could tell Tawanda was feeling some kind of way. But at least, like, Tony tried. Y'all know Tony trying. I don't know if she was reading the blogs from last 2 seasons, but she trying to come out her shell. She tried to do a spontaneous trip, and she tried with the cake. It was epic fails, but she tried. Vince and Tamar, they're eating. They having sex talk. They having we gonna make this baby tonight talk. It was weird because I'm not used to that coming from Vince. Now Tamar, when usually she do it, Vince usually shuts her down, but they both was going at each other. So, but it was cute. It was cute. It was really cute on how they did get along and how, you know, she's happy about the way her career is going and stuff like that. Like I said, again, she mentions that she misses her sister. So, yeah. Anyway, this is when I kind of drifted off, but I was watching it. Anyway, they go on a boat, and Trina shows her boobies, and okay. They just want to go girls gone wild while they on this trip or whatever. So she shows her boobies, and I was just like, you're married. Tawanda's married. Even though her and Andre's whatever, but she's married. Tracy's married. They're filming. Did y'all not understand y'all husbands was going to see this? Are y'all husbands cool with this? I don't know. I understand how they were letting loose, and I don't have a problem with that. But my problem is when the cameras are rolling and y'all letting loose. I think some things should be, you know, what should be in a girls trip, not a everybody to see trip. Anyway, they do the I Love Lucy stumping because that's something Tony wants to do. Tony almost bust her ass doing the little grapefruit thing. I thought that was cute because that's something I would always want to do. And if you're an I Love Lucy fan and you're a woman, that's something that you want to do. You want to try. So that was cool. They was at a restaurant eating or something, and Tony mentioned that she's allergic to bees. So then she was like, you got to do the square dance, line dance, whatever. So they all start doing that. They laughing, they having fun, they joking. They steady throwing shade at Tamar. I don't get it. This is the Tamar bashing episode. What? Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like that about that. I just really don't like how they so mad at Tamar, or it's just what they showing. It seems like jealousy of Tamar, and I don't like that. Like, Tawanda, you had your time. You talking about you want to be this actress or whatever, but you had your time on when you were doing all them plays and Tyler Perry's and all these stage plays. You had your time to try to shine. Trina, you had last season to try to shine on part of your Go Home song. Tracy, please do something with the hair. Don't like the hair. But you had your time and you chose to be a wife and a mother. So, like, don't get mad at Tamar now. It's her time. Be happy for your sister. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, Trina asked for them to invest in her stuff, and they was quickly to say yeah. But y'all wasn't quickly to tell Tracy yeah when it came to her stuff. So why is it so easy for y'all to tell Trina it's cool to invest in her stuff? Even though y'all had questions, it was like, yeah. Anyway, the ladies get back home, and they show Tony and Tamar, and they're talking, and Tony kind of suggesting that Tamar and Tawanda needs to talk because there's problems. And she was like, I didn't know we had problems. And they was like, yes. She was like, I'll text and I'll call, they don't pick up. So she was like, well, apparently it's a problem. But Tamar was adamantly about she didn't have a problem. She didn't know that there was a problem, all this stuff. And my thing is, Tawanda, why y'all talking about her behind her back, but nobody is bringing the problem to Tamar? Is over the top as Tamar is, I just don't understand why they didn't take this shit to Tamar. And why you taking it to Tony, and then Tony calls the mama in there, and I'm sitting there like, why are y'all putting Miss Evelyn in this argument, and all y'all are grown? So Miss Evelyn, she trying to kind of talk to Tamar, and she trying to tell her, like, regardless if you don't have a problem, maybe you need to listen to the person so you can see what the problem is of what they have to you. But Tony kind of wasn't feeling that, because Tony was already on the defense from what Tony said. Tamar was already on the defense from what Tony said, and I would have been too. The way Tony delivered it to Tamar was like it was her fault. Why all the girls don't think mad at her, and maybe it's her that's not seeing it. And you know how people always say, well, when it's you don't see it, or maybe if everybody complaining, maybe you should look at yourself and see what's the problem. But she didn't see a problem. She didn't even know it was a problem. So, like I said, she said they need to talk, and yes, they need to talk. But my thing is, Tawanda should have went to Tamar and not Tony or Miss Evelyn or nobody else in the family. I think that was something for, if Tawanda has a problem, that's her sister, and she's supposed to love her sister. She should have went to her. That's all I'm saying. So that's my review for the Braxton's Family Value Season 3, Episode 1. I usually don't review the Braxtons, but hey, I like Tamar. I like her music, I like her, and I just didn't agree with the way the sisters approached the situation of Tamar. So, I'll be back next week with another review of the Braxton's Family Value. Make sure you tune in to the Braxton's Family Value. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at thaghettoview, THA, not THE. Instagram me at MissNika69, MIZZNEKA69. And follow me on Facebook. Talk to me and I'll talk to you. Alright, peace.